Welcome to the show, it's just the facts. Where we break it down, don't hold them back. Don't get in your feelings, cause it's only the facts. We got all the tea on them relationships. We gon' break it down and shatter all the myths. Talk about mindset goals, growth, and money tips. We gon' break it down and keep it all legit. Hurt my body so.
Bing, bop, boom, boom, bop, bam. It's hoodie season. Get yours now. Welcome to the show. It's your boy Jay. And this is just the facts. Nothing but the facts. So help me God. We got another banger. I don't know how. I just stumbled upon it. I ain't even seen this video yet. So we gonna watch it together. But this is crazy. My boy say Florida teen admits to graping a 90-year-old woman. Teenager, 90-year-old woman. Let's get into this shit.
So do you want to be the Rainy John that tells the truth, the Rainy John that cares about? Because I know you are.
Detectives press a 14-year-old boy for the truth in front of his grandmother as
14. Bruh. Let's see. That's a 70-year difference. He's 14.
they question him about whether he sexually assaulted a 91-year-old woman.
She deserves the truth to be told, and you know it.
Welcome to Crime Fix. I'm Anjanette Levy.
He's 14 and he lives with his grandma, and he's talking. They saying he admits to a 90-year-old woman. I can't imagine how the grandma has to feel right now.
This is a really disturbing case. Last June, Jesse Stone, he was a 14-year-old boy in Reddick, Florida, who was living with his grandparents and going to summer school. Now he's likely going to prison for a very long time. Body camera footage from the early morning hours of June 9th, 2024 shows Marion County Sheriff's deputies at a 91-year-old woman's home after she'd called to say she'd been sexually assaulted.
Okay, I'm up here in Reddick. I'm at a house. A 91-year-old lady calls in saying she was just raped. We get on scene. She's beat up really bad.
Now, it was late at night, and this was a terrifying call. Who would do this to a 91-year-old woman? Deputies started walking the property looking for clues or someone possibly hiding. Others started securing the crime scene.
We'll just get some tape. We'll lock down the house. Once she shoots out, we'll wrap it up. Okay. It's our crime scene. I got evidence coming, major crimes coming. K9's coming, Air1's coming.
Who do you want to go with her to the hospital?
I don't care, as long as someone goes. I mean, if you talk to her, that's fine. If being it's female, maybe Alyssa can go a little bit more comfortable.
There was that lady's moved out of the way, right?
The
one that was
with the phone.
Yeah.
Hey, have the neighbor with the phone step out of our way.
I'm still hung up on the fact that the little buddy is 14 years old and this woman 90. They said this woman was beat up pretty badly. Like, she 90, bro. She probably still had her diaper on, bro. Like, what is you thinking, dog? You 14? I just want to know what got in his mind to make him think that was the move, though. Like, what's going on in this house? They probably need to investigate the house, right? What y'all think? What do y'all think is going through a 14-year-old kid's mind that would make him think that attacking a 91-year-old woman is the move? He went straight to work. He ain't waste no time.
Now, this is a very, very serious case, so it was all hands on deck. The rest of the neighborhood could be in danger with a rapist on the loose.
So she saw a shadow approaching her, and all of a sudden he just started like wailing on her. She's significantly injured in her face and got a big gash on her arm. She's 91 years old. So she says that the guy sounded Hispanic and he was telling her to be still and penetrated her with his fingers. And she said that he felt like he was not erect, but maybe trying to be. She said it lasted about 15,
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, she says he never took off his pants.
She said he never took off his pants and it lasted about 15, 20 minutes. And he left about 5 to 10 minutes prior to us going 97.
Now, 97 is part of a police code, meaning that deputies have arrived at a call. Collecting and preserving evidence is, of course, going to be very important in this case. And it appears plenty of evidence.
So I seen this on Facebook. Some girl said she wanted to be finger blasted. So he finger blasted her today in this video, or he finger blasted a 91-year-old woman. I have to assume he was curious, obviously. But what would have piqued his curiosity to want to do this to a 91-year-old woman, let alone any woman, but why would he want to do this to a 91-year-old woman? Is my real question.
Evidence was left behind by the perp.
I'm sorry, I didn't know evidence was coming out. I gave Christian the dress and the underpants, 2 separate bags.
That's fine.
There's no anywhere, like when you walk around the house, no evidence of like her falling or anything. So everything she's saying is adding up. Everything is on her bed. Blood everywhere on her bed.
The neighbor said that only Hispanics that she knows is right across this road right here on this side.
Police are looking for a suspect and evidence, but they also want to know whether any of the neighbors saw anything.
Not obviously. Hey, did you see anybody run through here or anything?
Back to my yard.
Yeah, like an old man too.
Went in the house at 9:30 to eat dinner.
Okay.
And came back out with my son and said he saw all the cars come up here.
Okay.
Nah, that nigga just out of shape.
I saw. I was sitting there for a minute.
Your son live here too?
Huh?
Your son live here too?
Yeah, my son lives here. My daughter and son-in-law are down here from West Virginia on vacation.
Okay.
There was a car earlier that came up there, like when it's still daylight out there, but I think that was one of her friends.
Okay. I think
it looked familiar, like I've seen the car before.
Okay.
But nobody's been in my yard because I got dogs out. So.
Right. Okay.
She okay?
I hope.
I mean, I've known this lady since I was 10 years old. So.
Okay. I mean, it appears somebody was over there messing with the house. So.
That lady's daughters wanted her to move so many times out of here too. She kept saying no, no, no.
Right.
Later that day, deputies talked to more neighbors.
I was out in the back working in my shop. I guess when
man, these folks gotta do something. They gotta get their fitness up, man. Why he sitting there looking like a bowl of Jello, man? My boy looked like a whole pig cartoon.
all this was going down, I never heard nobody yell or anything. That's what was weird.
During the night?
Yeah, I didn't come in till 9:30. Came back outside, and then
Did the police? Did the
said all these lights going up the road? That's when I came back out and talked to you.
did the deputies talk to you last
So I
night?
gave them my name and stuff. Yeah, they just said, "Did you see anything?" I said, "No, I didn't see nothing." And they can't come through my yard because them two are out.
Sure.
Unless they jump fences. So.
Okay. You guys have videos about it?
No, I got a set, but I don't have them up there. I'm crippled, so I've been trying to.
What the victim told police was absolutely terrifying. According to court documents, the woman said when the defendant jumped or pounced on top of her, she began to fight him by trying to push him off. Then he struck her face with his fists. Now, keep in mind, as I told you, this is a 91-year-old woman laying in her bed in her own home. She told detectives she told the attacker to get off of her. Then she repeatedly prayed, "Dear God, please help me." And the defendant told her to shut up, shut up. Next, the victim said her underwear was torn off and she ended up face down and she was sexually assaulted. But then it stopped and the man left. During the investigation, detectives had encountered a 14-year-old boy named Jesse Stone in the neighborhood. They noticed a red stain on his clothes and asked to get a swab. His grandmother consented to that and him giving a DNA sample. Then, 8 days after the sexual assault, detectives received the results that showed that Jesse Stone's DNA was left on the 91-year-old victim. They brought Jesse Stone into the sheriff's office in handcuffs. They sat him in a room by himself for quite a while.
Man, you doing all right? You need anything? All right, Jesse, I'm Ryan, and we're gonna come in here and talk to you just a little bit, okay? We're waiting for your mom to get over here, just so we can all be here and talk and figure out what's going on, all right? Okay. You sure you don't want water or anything? Okay, if you need some, just give the door a little knock, all right? Okay.
Jesse is in this room for more than 2 hours, and eventually they give him a blanket. It was likely very cold in that room with the AC on. It is Florida in June, after all. They move Jesse Stone later to an interview room, and his grandma, who's raising him, shows up.
Jesse, I'm going to ask you some questions. It might seem a little bit weird, but this is just to help me understand and to make sure that I'm on the same page as you. So, do you understand the difference between the truth and a lie?
Yes.
Okay, so tell me what the truth means to you.
The truth is what actually happened.
Okay. What's a lie mean?
Something that's made up or not true.
Okay.
The detectives read Jesse his rights, and they ask him about being out in the neighborhood the night that the woman was assaulted.
Do you remember that night? So when I showed you that video of you walking, so that would have been late Saturday night.
Yes.
Do you remember everything that you did that night?
Yeah, I couldn't go to sleep, so I got up and I headed down the road to watch the cars that are coming from the concert. I've watched them, the cars looking for modified vehicles for a while, and then I went walking across the street for, I'm guessing, an hour before I came back to my house.
So you heard there that the detectives had seen Jesse Stone on video in the neighborhood. They'd also met him in the neighborhood. Then Jesse Stone talked about seeing the victim hours before she was attacked. It was something the victim had already told the detectives, that the boy she knew as Randy John had stopped by.
Where was she at?
On the front porch, sitting in her rocking chair in front of the door.
Okay, gotcha. So what was the last time, like before then, when you had seen her, or I guess talked with her, like kind of like you did that day?
The last time I'd seen her before that was probably about, I want to say a week and a half before. She was driving down the road from like church or something.
Oh, okay.
And she just stopped and said hi to me.
90-year-old woman driving sound crazy. That's like the old woman was getting it. So from what we got so far, he's lied about exactly where he was last night. I think they already know that. But apparently he had a conversation with her earlier in the day. I'm wondering if that's no, it can't be the car that pulled up to the house that the fat man was talking about. Let's get back into the story. Let's find out. Let's put this thing together, guys.
Quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, do you remember the last time? Like, my understanding when we spoke the first time, and correct me if I got this wrong, that you, when you were younger, you used to go over and talk with her quite a bit.
I'd go over, talk, help her.
The detectives then asked Jesse Stone whether he had ever been in certain parts of the victim's home. And this leads to their big gotcha moment in this long exchange.
So she's never asked for your help to do those types of like household chores, so like laundry or whatever. Okay.
No, I've helped with the laundry machine, but not to do laundry.
Not like you've never done her laundry for her bed sheets or anything like that.
No.
You've never like taken a nap or slept in any of her bedrooms or anything like that.
No.
Okay. Do you remember if you've ever been in any of those bedrooms?
No.
No.
No. I've never been in any room other than the living room, kitchen, the bathroom.
Okay. Well, Randy John.
Oh man, when they hit it with
know that I wouldn't ask that question unless I
when they hit you with the well, Randy John, you already know they got you in some shit. They already know some shit. They know something that you ain't telling them, or you ain't telling them what they already know, or whatever way you want to look at it. This ain't looking good for you right now. She didn't hit him with the big sigh.
Okay.
So I'm just going to be honest with you because, I mean, I feel like you've been mostly honest with me. And I know your mom's been honest with me. Is it okay if I call you his mom?
Yeah.
Brody? Okay. I don't mean to.
It's okay. Yeah.
But when I came over to you on,
Yeah.
I think that was Sunday, and I was asking you about your clothes and the video and such, and I explained that I wanted to get your DNA because I knew that you had been over there before because you mentioned, like you told us today, that you had talked with her. So I knew that you're, at the very least, there would be evidence of you being in the porch.
Yeah.
Right? So I went and met with your mom, and you guys signed a consent form, and we got your DNA.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So we sent your DNA and the sex kit up to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, who does the testing stuff for stuff like that.
Okay.
Okay, is there any reason at all that your DNA would be on her clothes?
Yeah, we hug. When I said goodbye to her, we hug, like a side hug.
Okay.
That's.
Let me be a little bit.
So obviously, with him being 14, he don't understand that. But your DNA is all on her. If you was touching on her, and you was rubbing yourself on her, you left some DNA behind. Or he just thinks that in life people are so dumb that you could tell them any fucking thing and they can't just prove that shit with forensics and all this good stuff. I guess this how yeah, it makes sense how 14-year-old thing. They think they once you get to a certain age, I think we all kind of get to a certain point where we think or thought we were smarter than everybody until we realized we weren't. I think this is the moment where he's going to realize that he's not smarter than everybody, though.
More specific. Your DNA was on her underwear.
What?
And so I want you to really use this time here to be honest with me about what happened that night, because I think
She sound
probably
like
know what happened.
she sound like her tongue big.
I think that your mom knows what happened because she also wrote down a list of times that you went in and out of the house that night, to include the time that the call came in. And I think you probably know that you wouldn't be in here unless we had a good reason to put you in.
I don't see. What?
It's not about C-rating, John. It's truth.
Yeah, truth. It's impossible for my DNA to be on her underwear.
That's what we like to think too, brother, but
You can't
that stuff doesn't lie, that stuff doesn't get made up. Sometimes the truth can be hard. You seem like a really good guy, man. You seem like you got a good head on your shoulders, you can make connections with people that need help, you go out there and you help other people. And there's people out there sometimes that make mistakes.
I'm gonna come over here and
It doesn't make you a bad person for making a mistake.
The detective then lays out photos of the victim, showing Jessie Stone what had been done to her.
But we just need to understand, like, who is Randy John, man? Because I don't, and we don't think that was the intention. But we need to understand what happened, man.
Randy, I want to be real clear with you. We know what happened. What I want to hear from your own words.
Hey, this sound like they done switched up to good cop, bad cop. Hey, Shorty ain't playing no games. Hey, look, I ain't gonna lie to you, nigga. I know what's going on. I know what happened. We know what happened. Let's just stop the games. Just tell us what happened. What it is. What was it? You go over there. You assaulted her, right? Just tell us.
Everything.
Oh my God. Holy cow.
I want to know why this happened.
Hey, they need to make the blur boxes smaller. I want to see grandma's face. He turning red as that shirt. Head in her hand. She can't believe what she's seeing.
Ready.
He trying to think of a lie.
Look at me for a second. You did this exact same thing when I asked you about you walking down the road or jogging down the road at 11 o'clock, and you did the whole I don't remember, and I was like, and you finally admitted to it. And I think this is the exact same thing. I know what happened, and it's only going to help you for you to be honest with me about what happened, because like I said, we know what happened because we have your DNA at the crime scene.
Like you said, it's not like we're talking about a sweater that it was found on. It's in this elderly woman's underwear. What do you think, man? We're putting everything out here, and you're kind of just looking at all this, man. I know it might be a shock, but what do you think?
I'm overly confused.
What are you confused about?
I wasn't even near her house. I was across the street.
My boy standing 10 toes on his law. He ain't tripping. He ain't playing with it.
A whole hour. You were gone.
Yeah. I said I was gone for about an hour.
The detectives leave the room, and Randy John is left with his grandmother.
Mom, I don't know if you want to have a couple minutes to talk with your son. Randy, I want you to think real long and hard about everything that happened. And I want to do this, listen, more than I want to have the truth from you about what happened, because I know that you know what happened. I want to do this for her. If she is as an amazing of a person as you say she is, and I believe you because I've talked with her, getting all of this out in the open for her is what matters.
She deserves the truth to be told, and you know it. Personally, I can't believe that this is a horrible thing with you, John. That's a horrible thing.
I don't even have the ability to do that.
Well, it's hard for me to believe too. It's really hard for me to believe too that you would do a thing like this.
I didn't.
But how many times have you been caught in lies?
I know.
Lying ass little boy.
This is the whole reason why you're on restriction. It's because you're not telling the truth about things.
You can't be on too tight of restriction. He was outside for a whole hour.
To have the truth. She deserves it, and you know that.
What?
And don't say why's, Randy John, because why doesn't exist here.
I wasn't at her house.
Randy John.
Randy John.
Look at her.
You better tell the truth, Randy. Look at her.
Look at her face.
Look at her face, Randy John. No, don't start crying now, Randy John. You wasn't crying when you was what you call it, finger blasting her.
I've never seen you hurt anybody, but I don't wonder. What the hell were you doing outside at that time of night?
Wow.
It doesn't make any sense. Do you understand? Randy John, it doesn't make any sense.
Snuck out
There's
the
a million
house.
different things you can do. Being outside where you don't belong, and you know you don't belong out there.
I'm sorry, but I'm an outdoorsy person.
You're not an outdoorsy person. You're sitting in front of the TV trying
Oh, damn, Randy John. You even lying to grandma now.
I'm outside.
Well, I don't know. I hope and pray you did not do this to this woman. I hope and pray. I hope and pray you did not do this.
Come on, Randy John.
Because this is horrific.
Come on, Randy
This is
John.
a human being. And she deserves justice. She does. If this would have happened to your sister, what would you do?
Whoever.
If you know anything about this, Randy John, for her at least, if you care about her, tell the truth.
Tell the truth, Randy John.
Tell the truth.
You know,
Randy John.
We've been down that road before where you've been lying about something. And you swear up and Randy John, you've lied about stuff before.
Jesse's grandmother leaves the room, and the detectives do most of the talking.
And I just got done talking to your mom, and she said that, I mean, you're 14, right? I think every 14-year-old's had some thoughts about what a woman's like and things like that. And I heard that you've been kind of exploring some nudity and pornography.
Oh, that's what it is. That's was the straw that busted the camel's back. See, this right here. What he just said. He just said it. And to be honest, I was already having the mindset to think, Buddy just been watching too much porn, and he just wanted to enact on what he's seen in the porn. They just said it. He's been into porn, and I think that is a big major problem with teenagers today, where they have too much freedom, too much access to the ability to just get on whatever site they want to get on and look at whatever they want to look at. And I have to squarely blame that on parental guidance and parental restrictions that aren't being used. Like on these phones that we have, on these phones right here, these phones give you the access to lock that bitch down. Your kid can't get on social media. Your kid can't get on the internet and search all these crazy websites. They got all this crazy stuff. And trust and believe, we all been kids before, and we know that there's a workaround around everything. So therefore, with that being the notion and the understanding, we have to do better jobs parenting. Granted, this was a grandma. I don't know if grandpa in the picture. I don't know how grandma living life, but at the end of the day, this little boy had too much time. He snuck out the house while she was obviously asleep or wherever she was doing, and he was gone for an hour that was nobody could account for. He has a pornography addiction. What do we expect? Like what's the expectation in when you get those two things put together? Obviously, a 91-year-old woman would never be something that we would think is the outcome. However, the action is a pure, straight, direct result of his curiosities and his freedoms.
The thing is, Grandma's got no reason to lie to me, and you have no reason to lie to me about that either. That's totally normal and totally fine. So is that something I heard you taking Grandpa's phone and taking a look at that?
No, I don't do it on Grandpa's phone. I haven't been able to do it since I had a computer because she takes everything away.
Yeah. Well, is it true that you were looking at some of that stuff? Like I said, it's totally normal, man. Okay. And like I said, and I think like Detective Hardy said, it's totally normal to want to find out about these things, especially for someone. It seems like you really truly cared about this woman.
Yeah.
And maybe you just wanted to figure out what was.
All right, enough with the good guy cop. Let's go bad cop. Come on, Big Tom. Let me hear you, Big Tom.
Maybe you went into there, you didn't expect her to be awake. And so you freaked out. And you panicked. Because that's what it looks like. Is that this was a oh shit.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Oh, and then maybe you just walked around not expecting her to. Maybe you just wanted to knock her out. You didn't think you were hurt this bad. Mm-hmm. And then you got out of there.
Because what we're trying to figure out, Randy John, is like Detective Hardy said, like we're pretty certain of what happened. What we're trying to figure out is Randy John the kind of guy that breaks into people's houses with axes and chops them up into pieces and leaves them and murders them? Or did Randy John just make a mistake? Did he go into a house and expect this 91-year-old woman to be sleeping and maybe figure out something about life, and then things just went awry? Because thing is, people panic, man. And people do things that they don't mean and they don't want to do when they panic.
So the detectives, as you saw there, tried to make Jesse Stone feel comfortable, like he just made a mistake, so he would open up to them. Eventually, he confesses, saying that he watched pornography on the victim's iPad and then went into her room and assaulted her. His confession is redacted under Florida law, so you won't be able to hear it.
Honestly, Randy John, I feel like you probably wish that this had never happened. Like, I honestly still believe that you never really intended to hurt.
So Randy John was sitting in the living room on iPad on Pornhub.com. He seen some crazy stuff. He was getting worked up. and Randy John decide to check the trap one time. Let me check the trap one time, Grandma. Let me see what's going on. Let me see what's under the hood, Grandma. Oh, you gonna fight me? We got to do a better job with the kids, man. The kids is having too much access. This technology era, this technology that we have is very powerful. And little do you know, you literally have the world at your fingertips with this little device right here. This little device right here puts the world at your fingertips. You can have anything. I can have anything I want to have come through my phone right now. The moment we acknowledge that, and we understand, when I give this 10-year-old boy, this 12-year-old girl, this 14-year-old boy, this 15-year-old girl, this cellular device, I'm unlocking another part of the world for her. There is no limits at this point. Oh, mama, I asked you this question and you didn't want to tell me. I got a phone now. I'm going to search it up. And we not putting the restrictions on the phone. So I guess we're going to end it with this question then. And I want to see if y'all drop it in the comments for me. Give me some answers. Drop it in the comments. Share it with some friends. Get a conversation going. Do we need to ramp up the restrictions that we put on our children? Do we need to make a more concerted effort to make sure that they're not accessing certain things? And when I say that, I mean as a community, because he wasn't on Grandpa's phone. He said he wasn't on Grandpa's phone because Grandma take everything from him. And Grandpa is like, yo, nah, nigga, you ain't about to look at this shit on my phone so my wife can be on my ass. So he went to the neighbor's phone, or he went to the neighbor's house, and he on their iPad. Well, obviously the neighbor is a 91-year-old woman who's not thinking about, hey, this little boy on here, he could be doing anything. But obviously, because we didn't think about that small minor detail, we allowed him to get worked up, and he got hot and bothered, and he wanted to try some shit. So where we go from here? Where do we go from here? How do we fix this? How do we fix this problem? Because it is a problem, and it creates more problems than a little bit. So, like I said, go ahead and drop that like, drop that comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think. Should we be more strict on our kids, or should we be more open to allowing them to explore their proclivities, their interests, their curiosities? Should we have more real discussions with our kids, or should we allow them to figure it out for themselves? Y'all let me know, man. Drop that comment, like that, and subscribe. It's your boy Jay. It's been real, and we out.